Hello everybody, welcome to Plague Inc. Evolved. For those of you who don't know what Plague Inc. is, it started as a mobile game, and then it was progressed to consoles and PC, but the goal of the game is you try and make a disease, try to infect everyone in the world, and then promptly wipe out all of humanity. It's got quite a pretty dark goal, but it's so much fun. It's a strategy game. You try to make a deadly disease, and you try to kill everyone on Earth. And I'm sure I probably don't have to explain it too well. I'm sure this has been viewed by a lot of people before. So, as stated before, I play this game all the time, and I've gotten really good at it. In fact, I've beaten just about every single disease on Mega Brutal. Almost all of them. So I thought, why don't I make a little series of this, just to kind of go in between what will be the main series, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So all these main diseases I'm going to do, they're all going to be on Mega Brutal, because I want to show that I am good at this game. So we're going to start with bacteria, the most common cause of plague, unlimited potential. Oh, alright. Alright, so right here, you got your modified genetic codes. These will give you basically little bonuses that'll help make the game a bit easier. Let's see. For bacteria, I'm going to go with metabolic jump. This will give me more DNA from popping the red biohazard bubbles. I'm going to go with genetic mimic. Makes my plague harder to cure. Aquasite increases chance of the plague spreading by sea. I'm going to go with Extremophile, give my plague a minor bonus in all environments. And then for this, I usually go with Symptostasis, because that makes symptom costs don't increase, but it does make it easier to cure. To offset that, I get the Genetic Mimic, so it kind of balances out the easier and harder to cure thing. Alright, and as always, let's go with Mega Brutal. Just a little thing for the difficulties, Casual. For new players or those wanting a quick game, no one washes their hands, research doctors don't work, and sick people are given hugs. Not a very good thing to do when there's kind of a pandemic going around. Then we have normal mode. For experienced genetic strategists, 67.3% of people wash hands, doctors work 3 days a week, sick people ignored. Brutal. For strategic geniuses living in concrete bunkers, compulsive hand washing, doctors never go home, sick people locked in prison. And then Mega Brutal, for players who thought Brutal was casual. Genetic drift impacts evolution, doctors invest in research, and random medical checkups. Now Mega Brutal is very special. It is definitely much harder than all these, and it's much harder than Brutal because there's different mechanics that make it so different. So we can get started, and well, my little temporary name there. So probably one of the best things about this game is that you can name your disease anything you want. You can give it a random name. But these names, some of them are good, but I'm going to make up something different. So give me a second while I think of a good name. Okay, I think this is a pretty good name. It's not very original, but I like it. We're going to go with The Memes. Welcome to Plague Inc. You are a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Select start location, select the country to begin your plague. When you select it with ZR, you can see more information. Pop the bubble to confirm, or select another country instead. Okay, so, welcome to the world of Plague Inc. As you can see, it is pretty much the modern day world, and it's pretty accurate for the most part. Something I like, and the developers didn't even really need to do this, but if you actually select a country, or I guess in like case of West Africa and Central Africa, it's a group of countries, you can actually, I can't show it right now, but I'll show it in a second. So what I usually like to do is I usually like to start in a few countries. I usually like to start in either India, Saudi Arabia, or Egypt. The main reason being is that these have pretty decent sized populations, especially India with over 1 billion people. You could argue that China's a really good place to start too, but I actually like starting in these hotter countries for a reason that I'll get to in a second. But these countries also have airports and seaports which make it easier to spread to other countries. I usually go with Saudi Arabia, so we're going to start there. Okay. The memes begins in Saudi Arabia. The memes has infected its first human. Weak but used to hot temperatures, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. Okay, so the little detail I like that the developers did, you can actually view the country, and in this top left screen right here, it'll give you some information about the country. Typically, Saudi Arabia has a hot, arid climate, and then just gives you a little brief history of the country. The history of the country has absolutely nothing to do with the gameplay, but it's just a nice little detail that I think is really cool. The developers didn't have to do that, but it's cool that they did that anyway. I mean, that's a lot of detail there, and you get pictures. This will come in more handy later on. So I'm going to speed it up, and I just need to build up a few points. Rio Olympics mystery. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. So we get some news headlines. Some of these are important, most of these are not important. Alright, so now I got DNA points. Now we can go to the disease page. So right here you can see your evolution history. You can see a graph of how infective and severe and eventually how lethal your disease will become. Then we got transmissions. These help increase infectivity. You get symptoms. These also increase infectivity. They also increase severity. And then we have abilities like cold resistance, heat resistance, drug resistance. And then each plague type has a unique ability right here. In the case of bacteria, we get bacterial resilience. This creates a bacterial shell to protect against all climates. Very nice. So the 3 bars at the bottom of the screen, you get infectivity. That's just how fast your plague will spread. Severity is kind of an interesting one. The more severe your disease is, the more DNA points you'll earn. However, it also makes it so that the people will fight harder against it. They'll research the cure faster. So it is possible to get it too severe so that they research the cure too quickly. So that's the one you kind of have to keep an eye on. And then of course we have lethality, which is how quickly your disease will kill people. Because remember, the ultimate goal is to kill everyone on Earth. So now that I have DNA points, we can start buying some of these. Since I'm starting in an arid country, I'm going to go with Air 1. Gives pathogen ability to travel on dust particles, increase infectivity, especially in arid environments, and plane transmission. So I'm going to go with that. And these bubbles you see, the orange ones, these just give you kind of just randomly occurring DNA. The red bubbles that pop up indicate a new country has been infected. And soon we'll see, and then we'll see a different kind of bubble later on. So I'm going to go with water 1 now. Pathogen can survive outside the body in fresh, warm water. Increase infectivity, especially in human environments and ship transmission. So the way I usually play this game is I usually always go for both levels of air and water, because getting on the boats and planes is key to spreading across the entire country, especially the boats, to get to the island countries like the Caribbean, Madagascar, the Philippines, and freaking Greenland. Heavy flooding in Norway. Heavy flooding has occurred in Norway. The World Health Organization analysts warn of severe damage to the national biotech industry and research facilities. Well, that actually helps me a lot, because when they start researching my plague, they'll have a harder time doing that. I'm going to save it for Air 2. But anyone who's played this game knows the freaking pain of trying to infect Greenland. It is usually always the last country to infect, and it sucks, as the only way you can get in there is with a boat. The meme spreads to China. China has been infected. Your disease has taken an important step in becoming a plague. Alright, so now we get the red bubbles. Of course, red bubbles mean new country's been infected. Alright, so now I'm going to get Air 2. Gives organism ability to survive suspended in air for a long time. Increase infectivity, especially in arid environments and plane transmission. Now I'm going to start saving up for water 2. Or I may actually start going for some symptoms now. That's not important. Here we go, now we're starting to spread. Okay. Now right off the bat, I'm actually going to start going for some symptoms. I'm going to go with cysts, painful lumps containing pockets of the pathogen, slight chance of bursting which can spread disease. And I'm going with abscesses. Pockets of infected flesh are painful and act as breeding grounds for the pathogen, increasing infection rates when burst. This increases my infectivity and it brings my severity up quite a bit, which will give me more DNA points. Let's see. Hypersensitivity increases likelihood of allergic reactions, which can distract the immune system. Rich regions particularly vulnerable. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go with rash. The skin becomes blistered and painful, slightly increasing infectivity. All right, I'll save sweating for later. Now, a common strategy that a lot of people like to use, medicine in Australia slowing infection. Okay, Australia is a rich country, so I'm going to need to save it for drug resistance, which I can go ahead and get now. So now we're getting the rich countries, I'm going to go for drug resistance. Pathogen becomes resistant to class 1 and 2 antibiotics. Increase effectiveness in wealthy countries. We're going to have to start getting that. I'm going to go ahead and get bacterial resilience, because now we're starting to spread to different climates. Now, a common strategy that a lot of people seem to use on the easier difficulties is they kind of hide. They don't evolve any symptoms until most countries are infected. However, and then they just suddenly evolve all the symptoms and kind of overwhelm the population. That doesn't really work in Mega Brutal because, yep, see, new minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Saudi Arabia found a new disease which has been named the memes. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. Mega Brutal has the random medical checkups, so even if you don't evolve any symptoms at all and you have like almost no severity, they're going to notice your disease pretty early on. So with Mega Brutal, you got to be aggressive. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to need to save it for some more resistances. I'm going to start needing to get cold resistance because now I've hit places like Russia and Iceland. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up level 1 of that. And we'll save it for some genetic hardening. Nausea symptom mutated. The memes is mutated and developed the nausea symptom without using DNA points. Yeah, that's another thing. There is a little bit of luck in this game as well. Sometimes symptoms will just mutate on their own for free. Most of the time, that's pretty good. Other times, that's bad because they can sometimes evolve lethal symptoms without you really wanting them to happen. I'm going to get sweating. The loss of fluid through sweating also increases infection rates due to poor hygiene, more dangerous in cold countries. Very important because... Oh, here we go. Okay. Pop the bubbles before they disappear. Alright, let's get Bacterial Resilience 2. And I think that should be good, honestly. And I'm going to get Genetic Hardening. Pathogen becomes harder to analyze in the lab, decreases future research speed. It is better to get Genetic Hardening a lot sooner, if you can, because that will definitely slow down the cure research, well, a lot sooner. Let's get Coughing. Chance of infection by spreading pathogen into surroundings, especially in high-density urban areas. There we go. Alright, let's see. How about... I'm going to try and save up for something like birds, because birds help increase land transmission, which will be oh so useful. Here we go, now we're starting to get it. Okay, I'm going to get Drug Resistance 2, because that'll further increase my effectiveness in wealthy countries. And then, yeah, let's get Pneumonia, because people in cold climates are especially vulnerable. Serious fluid buildup and discharge from the lungs. Okay. And then Insomnia, inability to sleep makes people irritable and less productive. This helps slow down the cure research even more. Alright, now we're starting to spread real quickly now. The memes placed on watch list. The memes has been placed on the World Health Organization watch list. Already dangerous, governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. Well, why? How dare you put me on a global watch list? Well, that's expensive. Extreme bioaerosol would be good too. Pathogen bypasses air or water filters due to adaptive cellular shell. Increased infectivity, especially in humid and arid climates, and plane ship transmission. That's real good, but I'm going to go with birds because birds become susceptible to infection. Avian carriers increase infectivity, land transmission, and mutation. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Alright, then I'm going to go with skin lesions. Breakdown in the epidermis causes large open wounds which significantly increase infectivity. Very nice. And this leads down to the symptom of necrosis. Large swaths of infected tissue lose blood supply and become fatal sources of gangrene. Decomposed bodies remain a vector of transmission. This will start giving us lethality, but it also increases severity a lot, giving us more DNA, and it boosts infectivity a lot. And necrosis is particularly helpful because when people start dying, they can't spread the disease. With necrosis, however, the corpses are still infective, so it's really handy. Alright, now we're starting to get blue cure bubbles. You want to pop those to slow down the cure research. Okay, we are getting really well. Pulmonary fibrosis. Ooh, that is a lethal symptom. Do I want that? Scarring of the lungs causes shortness of breath and extreme coughing, can be fatal when combined with intense exercise. I don't want that quite yet. Not yet. Yeah, let's get genetic hardening 2. And if you noticed, the price up for this went up from like 32 to 41. That's the genetic drift. The more people you infect, the more expensive these things start to get. So, yeah. Not that fun, honestly. Let's go with I'm gonna go with livestock to increase infectivity in rural regions. So that if I can infect Greenland, that'd be very nice. Let's go with paranoia. Irrational delusions and mental symptoms. Victims' distrust of others makes them unlikely to seek treatment or cooperate with others. This also helps slow down the cure research even more. If I can get a... Uh-oh. Alright, you know what? I'm actually going to go for necrosis right now. Alright, so now we're going to start killing people, and this will be really good, because killing people also gives you more DNA. Alright, what country is not infected? Greenland, Sweden, and Finland. I'm not worried about Sweden or Finland. I'm really worried about Greenland, though. And they just closed down their seaports, so I'm screwed. That's great. Alright, I'm gonna start over because I cannot get into Greenland anymore. Okay, I've gotten back to a better point now, and in fact, I've actually infected Greenland already, which is much better than the last time. And my disease has now become more infectious than the common cold. The memes has infected more people in the world than the common cold. It is the ultimate infectious disease. I'm doing a bit better off now. Let's see, I've gotten all 3 levels of bacterial resilience. Both levels of drug resistance. I'm going to go ahead and get genetic hardening 1. And, let's get, let's see. Let's get rodents to get us in no, I'm going to go with livestock. Rural regions might be better. Infect Greenland faster. Okay. Here we go. Alright, now we're getting places. Genetic hardening 2. Good. Yeah, let's go for skin lesions. Yeah, skin lesions be good. Alright, I'm just gonna save up. Let's go to pneumonia. And, let's see. Hypersensitivity. Alright, let's see. Okay, good. There are no more island countries that need to be infected. That's the key thing. Everything else I'm not too worried about. Alright, I'm actually gonna go for birds because I need to get into those land countries like Morocco, and then I'll start saving up for necrosis. Well, there we go. The birds already worked out really well, and all that's left is the Baltic states. It's systemic. Let's see. Systemic infection. Pathogen affects multiple organs and tissue types, causing body-wide infections that spread fast and can be fatal. Alright, so that evolved for free, so let's go ahead and get necrosis. So now the corpses will start being infective too. If I can just get... There we go, that's all the countries infected. Alright, so now I just need to start killing everyone without the cure ruining me. I just need to keep an eye on that cure. The way you can combat the cure, there are certain symptoms that will lower it. So let's see, we got paralysis. Pathogen destroys motor neurons to cause paralysis. Significantly harder to cure and can be lethal. Coma. Neuropathic effects in the brainstem cause loss of consciousness and sometimes death. Significantly harder to cure. Or you can go for genetic reshuffle. Pathogen DNA strands reassembled. More work needed to develop a cure. Inflammation developed for free. Let's see, what's inflammation? Here we go. Inflammation obstructs bodily processes. Swelling can obstruct breathing and be fatal. Perfect! That's exactly what I need. Alright, let's actually go for... Let's go for paralysis and drop the cure. So it went from 54 back to 51%. I didn't say it dropped it much, which kind of sucks. Let's go for hemorrhagic shock. Severe loss of blood volume causes oxygen deprivation, loss of consciousness, and death. No, I'm going to go for coma. Drop that cure down. And that opens up the way to total organ failure. Catastrophic cell death of multiple tissue types causes body-wide organ failure and rapid death. Very lethal. And I'm going to go for seizures. Random blackouts and fits reduce the patient's ability to function independently, can be fatal, because that opens up the way to insanity. Neuropathic action of the pathogen in the frontal cortex causes severe emotional and behavioral abnormalities. Significantly harder to cure. It's another one of those special symptoms you can get. Alright. Alright, I need... Come on. Come on, Baltic states. Fever developed for free, that's good. Let's go for insanity. Yeah. If total organ failure could mutate for free, that'd be awesome. Alright, that dropped back to 68%. That's pretty good. I just killed all my hosts in Greenland. What the hell? Why did necrosis not work? What? What the hell happened? What happened? Why did Greenland die out too quickly? Was I too lethal? I think I was too lethal. God dang it. Dang it all to crap. Ah. Freaking, I hate... Oh, Iceland too. God dang it. God piss. Okay. Well, that sucks. I killed off all my hosts, even though I had necrosis. So I don't know what the hell that was all about. God dang it. God dang it all. Ah. Well, I guess I'll just show you what happens if you kill all of your infected hosts. You lose, because you're supposed to kill everyone in the world. God dang it. What would happen if I reduce the lethality? Nah, I don't think that would work, because there's 0 people infected. That's... No. Every country except Iceland and Greenland. Really? Really? Paranoia developed for free. How fantastic. Yep, the memes killed all its hosts. Some healthy people survived. Gosh dang it. Alright, I guess I'll try again. I mean, it is mega brutal, so it's hard, but I can do it. Let's try again, I guess. Let's see. Okay, actually, I'm going to go for Rurophile this time, because I think Greenland is really giving me that a hard time, so I think giving my plague a bonus in rural environments might be a better thing. Everything else should be fine. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, once again, start in Saudi Arabia. Let's go. I'll probably just fast forward through all this so you don't have to see me doing the same things again. Oh, here we go. Scientists increase understanding of diarrhea. Scientists have had a breakthrough in their understanding of diarrhea and will be able to cure diseases with it more easily. Okay, that's a bit interesting. So The symptoms page, if you keep going down this pathway through nausea, it eventually does lead to a diarrhea symptom. So in this scenario, I don't want to get that because that'll actually make my disease easier to cure. So yeah, just some of those news headlines can actually be really important. Wait, what did that say? Some of these are really funny too. Woman catches man flu. Justin Bieber trampled by fans. Priests claim asteroid to destroy Earth in 4024. Well, I'll be long dead by that point, so shouldn't have to worry about that. Upgrade lets airplanes be infected again. I didn't even read that news headline first. It said airplanes use new sterilization air filters, so that kind of forces you to have to get Air 1 in order to let planes be infected again. I don't know why Greenland's giving me so much trouble. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to go for the bacterial resilience and cold resistance and see if that helps. I think that's what I had to do to beat this in the first place, because Greenland is really giving me a hard time. Like, oh my god, it's giving me so much trouble. Okay. Alright, I want air. I need like water too. Here we go. Get on the boats as soon as possible. Alright, spread through Iran, Spain, Middle East. I know medicine, Spain slowing infection, because Spain's so freaking wealthy. We've got Mexico. Now we're starting to spread everywhere. Alright, let's see. Okay, we've got Iceland, so that's good. Maybe we can get a boat to Greenland. Please, God, let there be a boat to Greenland. Let's get bacterial resilience. New fall in urban population density. Research indicates that population density in urban environments has fallen, making them less vulnerable to disease. Well, ain't that just convenient? That friggin' sucks. Nausea. Alright, they're gonna start noticing me pretty soon because of that. And I'm starting to hit the number for them to notice me. Alright, let's get drug resistance. Genetic hardening. And then I'm going to go for cysts and abscesses. Now they'll definitely start to notice me. There we go. They've noticed the memes taking hold. I will win with this, I swear. Alright. Cold resistance. And then, rash and sweating. Vomiting. That's good. Iceland could take a boat to Greenland, that'd be real nice. I know that happens. Please, game. I've tried this a few times now. Coughing. The memes are more infectious than the common cold. I kind of believe that to be true, honestly, in real life. Okay. And then... I think that should be good on climate stuff. So now I'm going to get livestock, because Greenland is very rural, so livestock should help. Hasn't seemed to be doing that though. Okay, alright, I need this. I need this to spread better in cold countries. Skin lesions. Can I get a boat to Greenland, please? That's the only island country left. Oh boy. Yeah, livestock too would be pretty good. Let's go for sneezing. Tumors, That's lethal, but you know what? Oh, cool. I got into Greenland. Cool. Now, if my disease can actually spread, please... Projectile vomiting symptom combo. Coughing and vomiting are causing the infected to projectile vomit, increasing the infectivity of the memes. We're just vomiting out memes like no one's business. Cold resistance 2. I really need to get through Greenland. Please. Is that every country? Every country except Sweden. Alright, wait for a little more people to get infected. Okay, necrosis should be viable now. Pulmonary edema, that's cool. Yes, okay. Greenland's not gonna screw me over this time. Oh crap, the cure. I kind of forgot about that. Paralysis. Oh, that barely set them back at all. Sweden, you better not screw me over. Okay, Sweden's not gonna screw me over. I just need to worry about the cure. I need people to stop drawing like flies, please. I need more DNA. Oh, god dang it, why is this so expensive? No, come on. God freaking dang it, I was so goddamn close. God. Screw it all. Finally! There are no healthy people left in the world. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with the memes. Finally, I have been here for over an hour. I'm not even joking. I have been here trying for over an hour, trying to get this to work. And I think I'm finally at a good stage. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay, another genetic reshuffle. Slow down that cure even more. And you know what? Third genetic reshuffle. Multiple strains of the pathogen now exist, increasing the work needed to develop a cure. Yes. Haha, screw you, world. You can all suck it. Oh my god. Been trying this for over a freaking hour. My strategy normally works. The way you saw probably through the fast forwarded footage, I kept going for symptoms very early. That was to build up severity to get more DNA and to increase infectivity. Because in Mega Brutal, you gotta be very aggressive with the symptoms. And I was being very aggressive. However, I just kept getting extremely unlucky with Greenland, and in one case, the Caribbean islands. I was doing well for the most part, except I just... freaking Greenland, man, just wanted to screw me over so much. Now all these symptoms are just mutating rapidly. Good, the more lethality, the better. I want freaking... Greenland is all dead. Good. No offense to any people from Greenland, but good God, this country in this game is awful. Is there anything I can evolve for fun? Sure, let's go for hemorrhagic shock. Kill everyone quicker. Oh my God. The memes to eradicate humans. The memes has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans lie dying in holes with no chance of survival. Oh goody, I knew the memes would kill us all one day. So many, look at all those destroyed countries. Oh jeez. Okay. And the Curies are just dead now. Okay. There. Good God. The memes has successfully eliminated all life on Earth. There we go. Bacteria done on Mega Brutal. Oh my God, that took forever. Now I get to see a fun little replay. Good God. Oh my God. I don't know why. I just kept having the worst luck with freaking Greenland. Greenland just did not want to get infected. And even when it did get infected, the disease just wasn't spreading. It wouldn't spread at all. Like, it would get stuck at like 20 people, and then the disease just would stop spreading. I don't know if that's a glitch or something, but it just wouldn't spread no matter what. It was bullcrap. Okay, but there, bacteria done. You can see on the far right side of the screen, difficulty was done in Mega Brutal. I would not lie to you guys like that. Oh my God, that sucked. And that was just bacteria. Bacteria is supposed to be the simplest out of all of them. But honestly, I find bacteria to be the hardest one sometimes, honestly. It's a bit ridiculous how hard bacteria can be sometimes. Okay, well there you go. You had to see bacteria done on Mega Brutal. Next time, we're gonna do the virus, which in some cases I actually find to be easier than bacteria. You'll see why in next time. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.